Lolo, it's big boys again with the boys' toys. And the only difference between a man and a boy is the size and the price of the toys. Not say looking at this one, there's only 150 size. The story behind this, I had that one 180 size with the RCX 1306 2300 kV motors and 1 amp battery. That was slightly, well, I could do with a bit more power. That was, let's say, enough. So I was thinking of keeping this one roughly the same, and I chopped it to 150 size to use for the 3-inch props. Now I have here Sunny Skies 3100 kV motors. On the truss stand they gave me roughly the same bloody power and thrust as the RCX 2300 kV on 4-inch props. The reason why I got this one for 3-inch prop, because I thought I will be using 4-cell, but then I was checking the 4-cell on these motors and 3-inch props. There's basically not much gain, because I thought there might be a smaller props. These are the 3x3, and the 4-cell more revs will give slightly more thrust, which is basically 3-cell roughly the same. So I'll be using 3-cell Bolt high voltage batteries. They'll be that size and they'll be looking like this. I don't have them yet, they're still on the way. I'll be testing just an ordinary 3-cell battery, 850. Now with that 850, when I had the 180 size, very lightweight, I had 230 grams at one point. That's 180 grams without the battery, and the battery it's 256 grams. When I had a 250 grams, it was slightly could do more with the power, but 230 grams it was fine. Instead of getting a lightweight and powered, I decided to stuck on LEDs, and I decided to have my run cam because I want to do the night flying. I didn't do the night flying yet, so all these bloody messing fancy LEDs and rear LEDs, you will see it later. Everything adds on to weight. So I lift it up in the air. It looks like enough power, just about for easy cruising, and maybe give it a little rip or two. And I'm not planning to push it to the limits because I'll be flying in the nighttime. So as I said, the camera is run cam. The blood. As soon as I got the camera, there's a L Plus came out. Asha. Well, you cannot chase technology. VTX is a Dal RC VTX model, works on 5 volts. I'll get back to that later. Afro Mini inside, TBS Crossfire Micro RX. That's my DIY antenna for it. There's only 41.1 millimeters. That's a 1/8 wave dipole. No, 1/8 wave monopole. Yeah, basically flying on a 25 milliwatts. It's more than enough for bloody 400-500 meters. I don't fly any further. Underneath in there, there's a 4 ESCs. These are from the Immersion SC Vortex Pro, the V2 in the ESC, small ones, capable of 4-cell, rated something like 20 amps. Brilliant. Love these ESCs. Got my buzzer in finally, because the Afro Minis, the Rev 3 ones, they come in with the buzzer port already. So on my Speedster, buzzer is not working. On the other copter, buzzer is working. On this one, buzzer is not working either. And I sold everything the same. There's a buzzer ground, and don't know. I got three boards from abusemark.com, like original boards. One board was working, the other two is not working. When I flick the switch on the radio, the light is flashing, but there's no sound, there's no bloody sound from the buzzer. I checked the buzzer, the buzzer is working, connected directly 5 volts without plugging in the controller. So now, look at that, what I have. I have air scoops. Like a proper racer. That's the story behind this, because there's a tiny UBEC 5 volt, which apparently gives 5.3 volts, and the VTX is rated 5 volts. There's one of the first VTX models that they bloody overheating a lot. As you can see, there's a radiator. I had that one on my Speedster. I was just doing the records, so just take the gear from this one and swap onto that one. So that's why I made those bloody air scoops, so when the prop spins, the vortex blows straight on into there. And you know what, actually it works. I was spinning around, basically left it, plug it in, and left the props running on the low refs and checking whether it's overheating or not. Works. Another thing about the build, I was doing lately when I build the normal quads, not the bloody speedsters. When I build the normal quads, I do the bottom one in the line in there, and then get the top one connecting there, or the other way around. The bottom one goes in the line in here, and then the top one. But then, in event of a crash, it rips off the zip ties. Well, that's the plan. That's the plan. Make sure nothing breaks. So something has to give. But then, on these little things, they hardly gonna break this. So I join right in the middle of a tube. So basically, on the main frame, these two connects like a sandwich. So frame is not going anywhere. There's all the silicone tubing all the way around, and I have shitloads of zip ties here. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 20 zip ties holding everything together. I don't think that's gonna break. Right, so let's give it a little spin, and we're good to go for maiden. It's dark now, but I have a light. That's my bright LEDs here. That's my front lights. And look what I have here. I have at the back here. So basically there's an LED strip folded around. I cut the holes in here and then glued the tiny little clear PT and painted it all over, so when I switch that off, there's nothing visible. It's just a little bit acting a boo-boo. Give it a little go. Drizzling outside. I have to stay under the tent. Yeah, I can feel that it's not overpowered. Maybe could do with a TPA a bit on the throttle. It doesn't have that punch. Is it good enough? Well, as long as I'm here, let's stick on the goggles. At least I don't have to walk far if I'll drop it in my backyard.